Normally around this time of year, I do a little slow fashion trend report for the start of the season, but I'm gonna do something a bit differently this time because I really think we are at a point where there are so many trends that anything goes, as long as you wear it with confidence. I think we are in an age where personal style kind of reigns supreme, and I think this is a wonderful thing. However, it is always interesting to see sort of what's coming up and what's current. I've picked a couple of my favorite runway shows from spring 2023, and I'm gonna sort of break them out into some of the most prevalent outfit formulas that I saw in each. I think outfit formulas are an awesome way to kind of hone in and define your personal style, like really figuring out the elements and the silhouettes that you're constantly wearing on repeat. Not only does this develop a signature style that you can really bank on and rely on and feel good in, but it also helps you shop your closet more. Something to keep in mind before we dive in is that these are just like very general, overarching ideas so that you can apply them at home. They don't have to be these exact pieces or these exact formulas. That's why they're so good, is that you can tweak them and adjust them to you, your style, your body. These aren't rules or anything like that. I really don't believe in rules when it comes to personal style. These are just hopefully going to give you some ideas to get creative with what you've already got. Bottega Veneta. This was one of my favorite shows, even for fall 23, was really, really good, but I liked this silhouette. I thought it was really elegant. The formula that stood out to me most of all of their different looks were the midi skirt, a fitted base layer or top, and then sometimes yes, sometimes no, that third layer. If the third layer was added, it was usually pretty visually impactful. Like it was either long or there was a big texture to it, it had some volume to it. It was definitely like a part of the look. And then everything, no matter whether there was a third piece or not, was finished with like a really sleek, minimal shoe, but that there was a little bit of texture to it. I love it. I think it's super clean and easy. So many of us have very basic separates like this in our closet. What I think is important to understand or remember is that you can change up the waistline of the skirt. At Bottega, they were kind of like a little bit more hip, low slung, but the silhouette of the skirts were always pretty clean and sleek. Even if they were asymmetrical and a little bit more bold looking, the overall silhouette was just clean lines. If you don't have a midi skirt, maybe try a dress and layer something a little bit more fitted over top. Here's how I'm gonna interpret it. Maxi. I loved this show. I mean, you're probably not surprised because it's comprised of all neutral colors, very minimal looks. However, the formula that I saw at Maxi that I really loved was a fitted crop with high-waisted, long, languid maxi separates. So they didn't necessarily have to be a maxi skirt. They also had beautiful, like tailored high-waisted trousers paired with these super fitted crops. I absolutely love this. I love that you're showing a little midriff, but you still feel quite covered and modest. I think this is such a beautiful way to showcase the body and showcase a really interesting silhouette. So we're really seeing the dramatic juxtaposition between that heavy volume on the bottom, super, super tight on top. We're still getting some waist definition, and everything was rounded out with a really chunky, hefty shoe. I think you need a hefty shoe in this look because it carries the weight of the volume on that pant, or like whatever you're using as your bottom. If you don't want to show your midriff, that's cool. Maybe you just play with the juxtaposition of silhouettes instead. Maybe the elements that you like are the neutral colors and the high contrast in the neutral colors. Okay, heading over to New York. First show that I really liked was Tibby. My biggest sort of outfit formula that stood out to me at that show was slouchy separates in monochrome or analogous colors. Always with a shoe that feels a little bit unexpected or off. She would call it an ironic shoe. She always has like this sense of irony in a lot of her looks. So if you have sort of these relaxed separates, you know, we saw trousers, skirts, even dresses with like slouchy sweater or like a slouchy skirt and a slouchy sweater. The whole point was this incredibly relaxed and languid silhouette that almost feels a little bit like loungewear-ish, but not, because the fabrics are so beautiful and the construction of these garments are so beautiful. There isn't a lot of definition created in this outfit formula, so this is where I think you really have to tweak it and make it your own. Maybe you want to do a little half tuck. Maybe you roll the sleeves so that we're seeing a little bit of like arm. Maybe instead of a super long maxi silhouette, you're going a little bit cropped so we see some ankle. To Paris, where obviously Celine was one of my favorite shows. The outfit formula at Celine I thought was another one with a very skinny leg, either by way of a mini skirt or shorts or a super skinny jean. Short and boxy is what's on top, juxtaposed with skinny on the bottom. The shoe was always pretty hefty, so you get boxy, taper, and then chunky and boxy on the bottom. I think what you could also do is maybe flip this outfit formula around. If you don't like having the heaviness on top with a boxy top, maybe instead you go with like a big wide leg pant on the bottom and you juxtapose it with something super fitted and tight on top. I also really loved the YSL show at Paris Fashion Week. The silhouette here was almost identical to what we saw on their fall-winter runway. It was just a really nice column, super slinky maxi. It's really simple. I think a maxi can look really good on everyone. I think the key is to look for a cut on the bias, which is really beautiful. And oftentimes at YSL, they either had a third piece on top or they didn't. When there was a third piece involved though, a little bit similar to Bottega, it was like really voluminous, really dramatic, very like 80s retro inspired. So that created a really interesting juxtaposition in the silhouette, the column with the box, or like a big long line coat, like maybe a trench coat or something like that. The shoe, the footwear here, super, super minimal, like barely there even. So that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you liked this take on trends or if you want me to go back to the old format where I just kind of go through the trends as elements of style. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful for you every week, every day, really. Who are we? Hope you have a great day, a great week, great night, whatever, whenever, wherever you're watching. I hope it's wonderful for you. I'll see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao.